It's that time again, the next installment of How to Be a Beginner Like a Boss. So, this time I'm talking about self-care and setting boundaries and communicating with the people that you love that may be affected by you making changes in your life and doing something different. So, this can be really tough territory, and but it's super duper important. I've found in my life that if I don't care for myself, nobody else is going to make me the first priority in their life because they've got themselves to worry about and potentially a lot of other people. So I have to create the environment that is going to best support my best self. And what that is for me is going to look really different potentially from other people. So we kind of have to give each other permission and space to do it differently. But ultimately, we've got to be able, when you're out there being a beginner, doing something different, it takes so much of your cognitive energy. Your prefrontal cortex, which is the newest part of your brain up here, it's like on full blast the whole time when you're doing something new. Like when I was a kid and I was learning how to type, or when I was learning how to drive, I felt like I needed like a 4-hour nap after a 30-minute drive. It took so much of my cognitive energy because nothing was automatic. There was no procedural memory in there. There were no automatic neural pathways because you're building them. You're paving a way through a forest that's never had a path before. And that's a lot of energy the first few times, and then after you've done it for a while, it becomes easier and you don't have to think about it. There's a beaten path before you. But that's what's happening in your brain, and it's completely exhausting. So you have to have time set aside to really rest and relax and do things that energize you, that fill your tank up. So be clear about what those things are. Maybe it's like playing with your cat on the couch. Maybe it's going for a run. Maybe it's ketchup and french fries. I don't know. Whatever it is that really helps you relax, and just read, sometimes it's playtime with your kids or with your friends, or doing something that's goofy and doesn't require a lot of thought. Having that time is really important so that you don't burn out and you don't get sick. It's also really important to communicate to those that you love. If, for me, with this business, I don't have the free time that I used to have. I'm a single woman in my late 30s. I've had lots of freedom and flexibility to go see my friends and family whenever I wanted and around their busy schedules. And sadly, in some ways, I can't do that to the degree that I used to. So that means that I don't see my friends as nearly as often as I would like or as I used to. It means that I don't have as many weekends free to be gone the whole time because I work full time, and I spend time with my grandparents and my parents, and my siblings when they're here. And I also, I have to run my life. I have household activities. And then on top of that, I'm running my business. So I work a little bit during the week and I work on the weekends to make this thing go. And unfortunately, that means less time for other people who are used to me being very available. And that's tough for everybody. I feel terrible about it, but the thing is that every investment requires sacrifices. So I have to give myself permission to change my life, and that's going to require some changes, legitimately. But I also have to communicate those changes to the people that I love, letting them know that and I haven't done this perfectly, but it's really important to let them know, hey, I need you to tell me when things are important or when I'm slacking in our relationship, because you are important to me. I need to know, but the reality is I can't be as fully invested as I used to be. So I'm still here. I still love you, but some things are maybe going to have to change, and we're going to have to negotiate a different reality for right now. So making sure that you all remember that it's temporary, but that you may not have as much time and freedom as you used to have. And making sure that you have those things lined up that really fill up your well. So I'm curious, what are you guys doing for your self-care? What's super important that you can't live without? For me, meditation, exercise, some time with the people that I love. It's not as much as it used to be, but some is really critical for me every week. You know, I have like certain things that are super duper important to me. What can you not live without? What do you have to have in order to stay afloat? And not even stay afloat, let's be honest, let's raise the bar. What do you have to thrive, you know, to be your best, to show up creatively? And I wanna know what you're struggling with around that. How have you done communicating with the people you love about it? Share your ins and outs, and subscribe and like and share if it resonates with you. My website is ellenmarietanner.com, and I hope you'll check it out for more blog entries about how to be a beginner like a boss and so many other things that I've made videos about. Check it out. Have a great one.